Your Royal Highness, the Emir of Zazzau and the former Emir of Kano.
And to be honest, when I looked through the plan and when I listened to I'll call him the former chief of staff, and you'll understand why later. Next time, don't call me former Emir. There is nothing like that.
Hello my subscribers and returning subscribers. If you are just new to the channel, please I would like you to subscribe to my channel. Well, in today's update, the chief of staff to the Kaduna state government have been reduced to just a commissioner for planning, because he called Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, former Emir of Kano state, which Sanusi Lamido Sanusi did not like, and he was quite furious. You can see it in the video. So this just started when Governor El-Rufai, Abdullahi, while speaking at the Kaduna State Investment Summit in September, he introduced Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as former Emir. Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, who was dethroned, we know, by Emir of Kano State, and was replaced by Ado Bayero following what they call corruption allegation in March 2019, took exception to Abdullahi's description. Speaking at the event, when he got to Sanusi Lamido's turn to address the people, the former CBN governor said he was not a former Emir. He said, I quote, "When I listen to the chief of staff, I will call him former chief of staff. You will understand why I call it former later. Next time, don't call me former Emir. There is nothing like that." And just as Sanusi Lamido Sanusi said it, because the chief of staff to Kaduna State Governor Muhammad Sani called him former Emir and he called him former chief of staff. That happened last week, or I think last week or last 2 weeks in Kaduna State. As I talk to you now, Muhammad Sani is no longer the chief of staff to the Kaduna State Governor. The Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasser El-Rufai, has now deployed him to the Ministry of Planning and Budget, where he will be just a commissioner, just because he called Sanusi Lamido Sanusi former Emir. He said he's not former Emir. I don't know what he is currently. Everything to his title is now former. He's former CBN governor. He's former Emir of Kano. I don't know. Should we be calling him the Emir of Kano currently? Because he's not Emir of Kano. He was replaced by Bayero last year or last 2 years. He's not the current Emir of Kano. And we all know that El-Rufai is a very good friend of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. So can we say that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi has a very strong influence in Kaduna State government? Just in a meeting, the chief of staff called him former Emir of, that's 2 weeks ago. He addressed him as former Emir of Kano, and when he got to Sanusi Lamido's turn to speak, he called him former chief of staff, that he will understand why he called him former chief of staff later. And now he did not just understand, now Nigerians, we all understand. We understand that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi has great influence in Kaduna State government. We understand that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi is a very good friend of El-Rufai, and because he has just opened his mouth to call chief of staff former chief of staff, now he is now former chief of staff. He is now a commissioner for urban and regional planning. So people will be wondering, like, so many people have called Sanusi Lamido Sanusi names on social media. So many people say he's wicked, so many said he's a hard man, so many said he's quite tough. Some people called him a lot of names on social media. He would have told the chief of staff, not just chief of staff, we Nigerian, because if I should meet him one day, I will still call him former Emir of Kano, former CBN governor, because he's not the current Emir of Kano. There is a current Emir of Kano there. He's not even in the palace. He's not there now. Someone is there. Someone is occupying the place. So why does he not want that to be attached to his name, former Emir of Kano? Okay, what would the Governor Ganduje call him? Will Governor Ganduje still continue to see him as the Emir of Kano, which is now he's not the Emir of Kano? So does it mean that anybody that addresses Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as Emir of Kano loses his or her portfolio or is now dethroned, just like Muhammad Sani have not been dethroned. It's quite funny. So my advice is this: anywhere you meet Sanusi Lamido Sanusi and you are given an opportunity to address him, well, if you are working for El-Rufai, don't even dare call him former Emir. Just call him Emir of Kano or CBN governor, because if you dare call him Emir of Kano, he will call you former of the position you are occupying or you are holding, and you will understand that later, just like Muhammad Sani understood his own after 2 weeks of addressing him as Emir of Kano. That's Nigerian government for you. A man who is addressed as former, it's saying he's no longer former. He's maybe, but he didn't tell us what we should be calling him. That's the funny thing. I think it was last year. Yes, a video of a former president of Nigeria started trending on social media that somebody addressed him S president. He said he's not S, that he's former president. There's difference between S and former. That also he did not explain to us. Sometimes these our elites in the country, they come up and confuse us and leave us with a whole lot of confusion as to what to be calling them, as to what we want to follow, what we don't want to follow. So anywhere you are a politician, you are a top government official, mostly in Kaduna State, because this shuffle of appointees of El-Rufai cannot happen in Kano State. Of course, you know that Ganduje will never refer him as Emir of Kano. Kano State politicians, many of them also will not see him as Emir of Kano. He's former, he's S. But if you are in Kaduna State and there is any conference, any meeting, any gathering that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi is in attendance, his friend is the one ruling Kaduna State. Never you ever call him former Emir of Kaduna State, because you are going to be redeployed to a lower position, just as Muhammad Sani is now feeling the heat. That's it, guys. I don't know what you make of what just happened in Kaduna State government, that a man who refused to be called former Emir of Kano told the chief of staff that just as he called him former Emir of Kano, that he's now calling him former chief of staff, and he will understand that later. And now he has known better. It's quite sad that such thing happened. A man that is occupying such a respected, that occupied rather, not occupying now, that occupied such a respected position as the Emir, will, maybe because he was angry, because he didn't like the way he was addressed, and probably he orchestrated the redeployment of the chief of staff to the Kaduna State government. He has been the chief of staff to El-Rufai since 2019, but currently, as I speak to you, he's no longer the chief of staff. He is now the commissioner for Ministry of Planning and Budget. Thank you, guys. Please, I would like you to comment on the comment box below. What do you make of Governor El-Rufai's decision by just bringing down his chief of staff from chief of staff to just a commissioner for Ministry of Ministry of Planning and Budget? Is it the right a right step in the right direction, or is it because, do you think that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi is influencing El-Rufai's government? Thank you, guys.